So, yes, as we were saying beforehand, Guta, you've gone with Toby, Richard's character, gone to the temple, and you've agreed to meet the rest of the group at the Boatman Inn, which is at the foot of the Street of 100 Taverns. The rest of the group, you were in the Street of 100 Taverns. Here we go. And do you remember seeing a preacher towards the end of the last session?
Yes.
Yeah, there's the doomsayer, wasn't there?
Do you remember what he was saying?
It's all gonna end.
I see darkness gathering as the last house of joy falls. Beware, for shadows over Bergenhafen stir. Then, beloved Moor, resplendent in vestments of green, stands astride Sigmar's great river. Yea, I see death on the Reich, and I despair. For then the stained hand guides only the once mighty lord, and the power behind the throne curses us all. Lo, the horned rat then claims the broken king atop his throne of lies, and the white walls fall, leaving our empire in ruins. Tremble in fear, ye mighty, for the end times have come. The prophet of doom then collapses, blood flecked foam at his mouth, as he shakes uncontrollably and eventually passes out.
Well, he wasn't wrong, was he?
Impressive act.
Now then. One thing that Wall was requesting, Tom, you being the merchant,
Yep.
he did give you a couple of items and said on the way down towards the Boatman Inn, with there being lots of vendors and things on the Street of 100 Taverns, and you being the merchant that you are, could you please attempt to sell some of the items that was acquired last session?
Certainly.
So, that being said, Wall, if you get your sheet up, please, and look on your trappings, and you should then be able to give me a, I'll give the group a rather reminder of what you've got that you want to sell and the approximate worth. And then, for yourself, Tom, I am going to need a haggle test, please.
A crossbow.
Does anybody want a crossbow before we attempt to sell it?
No, we went through this. Nobody could use it.
What difficulty haggle test am I doing?
Yeah, you are just doing a challenging one, please.
Okay.
A crossbow with 10 bolts.
That is -5 success level. No one on this street wants to buy a crossbow. Everyone's got plenty.
What else was there? A silver locket and a ring.
Silver locket coming up.
Silver locket. See? Ooh, that's a lot better.
4 successes. So, what's the value? Did you say? Well,
I didn't.
yeah, you should have. I gave you value yesterday. Last session.
Was it a couple of gold? Something like that?
I'm just. What have I got in there? One gold for the
Silver gold worth 1 gold. Yes. So, because you rolled 4 success levels, you actually got 1 gold and 5 shilling for that.
Let's not forget my deal maker talent.
Which is
Plus 10%.
okay. 1 gold, 5 shilling, and 10 pence then.
And then the silver ring. Not silver ring. Sorry, just the ring. This is the one where we wanted them big numbers. So 1, 5. I'll tell you what. I'll take the 1 and 5, and you can take the 10%.
Put it into my pocket because I'm selling it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you've not got it back yet.
Yeah, and the ring.
Right, let's see the ring. So let's see if I can Log this ring.
Honk it off.
No, but. So just a failure. So, the silver ring is worth
3 gold.
3 gold. So, you've been given an offer of 2 gold and 10 shillings. Without communicating with anybody else, Tom, do you wish to accept that or not? You are not allowed to re-roll today.
I will accept that.
Okay, there you go.
So is that 2 and
2 and 10. So,
2 gold, 10 shillings.
Yep. Wall, please cross off the ring and the silver locket from your sheet. And you was also asked, please, Tom, to try and purchase him a breastplate and or a two-handed warhammer. So it's a case of seeing whether or not these are available or not. So this will require, firstly, again, a haggle test to see whether or not they are available or not. The warhammer is an easy test, but the breastplate is a challenging test.
Go with the breastplate first. That's the more important one.
Well, I'm imagining that they'll be sold by the same sort of vendor, so I can see if they're both there and then look at the prices.
Yeah, test them both anyway, because in case
I'll do the easy test first, plus 40.
Yes.
Yep. So you can purchase a warhammer, two-handed warhammer.
And what was the other test difficulty again?
Challenging.
Okay.
Boom.
Yes. So you can purchase both, should you wish. Now, bear in mind you are tasked with sell these and use the money to buy either of them with. So let me just check the pricing for you.
A deal marker also reduces the price of goods by an extra 10%.
Okay.
The breastplate.
But there is some constraints to that where there might be a lower limit to what the seller's actually prepared to sell it for.
Yes. Did you just come up with a stat there anyway, Will?
10 gold and 2 gold.
Right, so minus 10% then, so it'd be 9 gold, and for the breastplate,
Which we don't have.
1 gold, 18 shilling for the 200 warhammer.
Well, I'm not buying the breastplate. I don't have enough money for that, so we can buy the warhammer then.
Okay, so that's 1 gold and 18 shilling then.
Right, spent that.
And the
Two-handed warhammer.
onto the items.
I've got the skill for using that.
Compendium. Up in arms. Items. That one, 200 warhammer. Boom. Right, I'll just drop that onto your sheet then, Tom.
Sure.
Cool.
How do
Whilst
I give it
that...
some... Oh, is he not with us? No, he's not with us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Whilst all that is going on then, Yeva, I would like you, please, to make me an average gossip test, please. And also, Dan, you can do the same, please. Average gossip test. So, Zydel, no idea. Kazarea, though. You have been talking, whilst all the haggling has been going on, you've been talking to some of the guys on the street about the handout that you picked up in the initial encounter. If you remember, there was a poster on display there in the Coach and Horses Inn. Yes, that's the one. It was Wanted Brave Adventurers, if you remember, and it was saying to report to someone known as Prince Hergard von Tassenik. Now, as you've been talking on there, you have been told that at the bottom of this street, where the Boatman Inn is to the left, if you turn to the right, just about 50 yards up there, is where you will find Prince Hergard's house. However, in the same breath, the person talking to you has also said that the Crown Prince set off southwards for the Grey Mountains 3 days ago, accompanied by a very tough-looking group of adventurers and a small army of staff.
Looks like we missed that job then.
Dan, while that's going on then, as soon as you've failed the gossip test, can you make me a average perception test, please?
Okay.
Yeah, no idea. Okay. Not a problem.
I am oblivious. Maybe I'm drunk.
Maybe so. Joseph comes up to you then, Cargan, and says, "Have you finished here? Are you okay?"
Yeah, pretty much got what we need here. Shall we head on to the inn?
Impressive looking warhammer you've got there.
Oh, it's a beaut, isn't it?
What did you think about the Emperor earlier? Did you manage to see Karl Franz?
Quite an impressive fair. Does he often come out on tour like this?
Yeah, he's been doing it quite a bit recently, actually. You know what all these nobles are mad are like, though. All the members of the nobility are mad. They're all inbred, you know.
Yeah,
Tainted by chaos, as everyone knows. Speaking of tainted of chaos, and you now as a group, you're all walking down the street again, so you can all hear this conversation. Speaking of tainted by chaos, I knew a boatman, you know. He worked on the river for 20 years, maybe more. Suddenly started to develop an oily yellow skin and bulging eyes. Ugh. He's now dead, of course, drowned by his own companions.
Oh, rightly so. We can't have any mutants about.
Ugh.
A bother mutant.
The signposts and road markings over the years have named this street many different names over the years, including the Weathered Street and of many taverns, the Street of 1,000 Taverns, and there's some of the less salubrious establishments on offer as you're walking past as well. And Josie's only really interested in reaching the bottom of the street, where you've now reached at the bottom. Turn to your left slightly, and it's there, the Boatman Inn. It's just one of many establishments along the embankment, but it appears to be a cheerful place, a little tatty, but certainly inviting. There we go. A number of river folk are inside the inn. These are mostly boatmen, but there are a few sailors as well. I'm disappointed none of you said hello, sailor.
Morning sailor was what immediately came into my head, but then I realised it's not morning.
Fair enough. Just a reminder, obviously, that Goethe and Towerby are not actually here at present. In fact, I'll do this. Just put you in the corner like this because you're not actually here. But
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Yeah. A few sailors as well in the city from the Reichsport. The atmosphere is cordial and friendly, and the food and drink is reasonably priced and of good quality. Soon as you enter, Joseph points to this empty table over here. I said, "You guys go take a seat. I'll get the drinks in."
Oh, very kind. Where we're going to sit?
He's pointed to that table there where Kazran's currently gone to. And you can hear Joseph quite clearly and loudly in his boisterous voice. We've got another 2 on the way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's make it 6 bottles of wine. Yes, brilliant, and as many glasses. He's clearly in the mood for celebrating.
Your friend seems to be.
Move you over here. There you go.
Quite generous.
Yeah, there's it's normally only like this when there's something that's happened. So, tell up, Joseph. What are we celebrating?
You're not here just yet. Bear in mind, well.
Oh, well, I thought you said that you put us all on and stuff. But all right.
In fact, actually, no. Yeah, you because you've been delayed by the sales and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll have you arrive at the same time then.
No, yeah. I mean, if you didn't want me there, that's fine. It's just you said you're all here apart from these 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Because of the time it's taken for the sales and the buying and listening to the preacher and all that jazz, you probably meet up at the bottom of the street anyway. So. Yeah. So to answer your question, I'm just happy for the Schaffenfest. Looking forward to that.
Oh, remind me the Schaffenfest. What's that again?
Oh, the Schaffen. Oh, it's one of Reichland's largest fairs. It attracts people from all walks of life, from all around the surrounding area. In fact, here, he puts his hand in his inside pocket and produces a piece of paper, which I shall now attempt to show you, but I don't think I've got it on there. Oh, yes, I do. And then I should be able to show it off. Can you see that?
Yep.
I'll read it because it's not the easiest font to read. The council and burghers of Bergenhafen announced that the grand opening of the annual Schaffenfest will be held on the town meadow this Mitterfuhl day. The fair will last for 3 days through the hours of daylight, by gracious permissions of His Grace Graf Wilhelm von Sappenheim and His Royal Highness Grand Duke Leopold of Middelland. A great joust will be held between the knights and squires of their 2 households. All this in addition to the usual attractions of our famous livestock market and the Reichland's greatest travelling fair.
Mm.
To which point then Joseph is jabbing his finger at the bit of paper. Look. Graf Wilhelm von Sappenheim and the Grand Duke Leopold of Middelheim may not be the only nobles there. You might find other opportunities there to replace what you were talking about. Was it Prince Hergard von Tattenik's expedition you wanted to go on?
Yes, we were interested in that, despite his reservation against dwarves. But turns out that we were too late to the punch on that one.
Ah, no, I say, get yourself to Schaffenfest. You're likely to find some employment there. In fact, I'm actually looking for some hands for a return journey to Bergenhafen. I want to sell some Reichland wine there, you see, and some live at the fair. This is a fair and a livestock market, so I can sell some of this Reichland wine. But I could do with some assistance if you fancy it.
I'm up for that. What about you guys?
Yes, I'm sure I can make time for that.
I've got space for 4 crew. I'll even pay you 2 shillings a day. up to 4 of you, and anybody else that wants to come, you can come along for a ride for free. I'll even put you up there tonight if you want.
Very kind.
I'm
Well,
just across from here. And
how many days is it away?
He's pointing towards the door. He says, "I'm just moored up over there. So after we've done here, rather than paying to stay here, we can come stay on my boat."
Very good.
And so
I'm in.
tomorrow, will we get there in time for the Schaffenfest then?
Absolutely, yes. It's a couple of days sail down the canals from here, but yeah, we'll certainly make it on time. So, if anybody wants
like
to,
there's a few marks down there that I could sell things to.
If anybody wants to sign up officially on Joseph's crew, as I said, as he's already said, he will pay you 2 shillings per day for up to 4 of you, and any character that takes up Joseph's offer to act as crew don't have to, but you may immediately enter the boatman career now for 0 XP. It's a one-time offer. If you want to take up the opportunity later, it will cost you standard number of XP to do so.
When you say enter the boatman career, does that mean give up the career that you're on now?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
It's more like if you rolled something crap like rat catcher that you didn't want.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that. But I'll sign up. I'll sign up for his crew, so I get the monies.
Yeah, same.
I
will read what it says, and is it a limited time for signing up?
Yeah, it's now or never.
No, I mean, is the duration of us signing up limited?
Oh, you can decide in the morning. You still got free, so we're free to sleep there tonight anyway, if that's what you want to do.
No, right, okay.
And then you can decide in the morning if need be. But...
No, right, so if I sign up now, is it I am signed up and I become his boat crew until when?
Oh, until you get to Schaffenfest and unload.
Right, okay, that's what I was after.
You don't have to enter the boatman career, but if you want to, then you can do.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't signing up and effectively being stuck there afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sign up.
Cool.
I'm going to stick in my merchant career.
Oh yeah, I'm going to stick with my warrior priest career.
No, I'm going to stick with being an interrogator.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, I'll sign up now to get the monies for today.
Yeva, if you do want to join up, then you can do.
I mean, I'll
entering the boatman career would leave you as a boat hand as the first level if that's what you wanted to do.
I'll do what the rest of the party does. I'm sort of going to sign up for it, but I'm not going to enter the career.
Taking up the job, but not moving into the career.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, Sir not appearing in this film, Toby is the one that's going to miss out on the 2 shilling, by not officially being a boat hand, but he's getting free passage. That's fine.
I'm going to pass on the actual fully hiring up and leave the other 4. No, I don't know, how many of us are there in total?
There's 5 of you, including Rich, who's not here.
Okay, yeah, so Rich is passing up on the money, and then we're the rest of us getting paid.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Cool. The evening's going pretty well, to be honest. You're all enjoying discussions about what the plan is and where you're going to be going. He mentions that his ship is the Beer Belly, and it's moored up outside. He does also mention at one point during the evening that he's heard a couple of rumours. One being that there's been strange goings on at the university. It's full of demonologists and necromancers dabbling in things that are better left alone. Stories of strangely robed figures prowling the university cloisters late at night, accompanied by sounds of weird chants, clapping bells, and sinister howls.
That's disturbing for the capital to be infested with such scum and villainy.
Well, do you know Altdorf's zoo's been shut for weeks?
The zoo?
Yeah, I heard Deathclaw, the Emperor's griffin, went on a rampage. Probably because the Emperor hasn't been seen for months.
What other critters do they
The
have
Emperor
there?
not being seen for months. I thought we just saw him today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You mean that?
Yeah.
Did you say the Emperor's not been to see Deathclaw for months?
Yes.
Ah,
Probably because the Emperor hasn't been
misunderstood.
to see him for months. Yes.
What other creatures do they have in the zoo?
Oh, all sorts of things.
Right.
Next time you're in Altdorf, make a opportunity to go, Zydle. I think you'd like it.
I do like to see freaky things.
Behind you, there's another table, Zydle, and there's 3 people on there, and they're talking about the Mayor of Grunberg. And your ears prick up when you hear them say the Mayor of Grunberg was burnt at the stake a few months ago for being in league with Chaos. Naturally, that's piqued your interest. And when you fully tune in at this point, and you hear him say, "Oh yeah, he was overheard talking to his cat and fed it human blood in its milk." More than one witness testified that the mayor told his cat to stop yowling and drink your bloody milk. So they're cracking a joke at that, and they're all giggling and nearly falling off the footstools nearly falling off the stools as a result.
Well, that's interesting. Well, obviously I'm just listening, so I'll carry on listening to see what any other tidbits from the story.
Someone else actually comes over to you, this gentleman here, who interrupts. So, did I say you're going to Schaffenfest? This guy's clearly pissed, by the way, already. Did I say you're heading over to Schaffenfest?
That's right.
Yes, we are. Little tip from me to you. Don't buy any horses from Schaffenfest. The watch stopped a drover from Iverland trying to sell a mare with 9 eyes, blistered in her mouth. She's now hanging from the east gate.
9 eyes, you say?
Yes, blistered in her mouth.
No. That's because you should never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Hey!
Never know what you might find.
Blisters by the sounds of it.
Eyeballs. Who was this woman that's tried to sell the horse?
Just a drover from Averland.
Ah. It seems this place is absolutely rife with corruption and mutation and other such vile things.
Blech. And with that, he heads over to the bar.
With all these talk about the crazy stuff going on, can I make a law Reichland check to see whether this is more or less unusual?
Yeah.
Oh, it would help if I had law Reichland. Never mind.
I do. I'll have a go. What challenge level is it?
I'd say average.
Average.
-4. No, to you it's all any corruption's more than it should be.
Yep, damn right.
-4. No, it was successful test, 1 success level, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't scroll down. +1. Yeah. Yes, but. So yeah. Same idea. There's still no idea of whether it's more or less, because to him, any is too much.
Fair enough.
Okay. It is at this point that the door swings open, and as it does so, a tall, gaunt figure saunters into the room. He has aquiline features and a deep scar along his left cheek. Everyone in the inn turns to stare at him, and he greets them with a sneer.
Pretty boy.
He walks over to the table in this corner, throws a handful of coins onto the bar, and then walks over into that table. There was a couple of locals occupying it at the time who have now hastily vacated it and just left. He sits down and drinks. Cargun, yourself, definitely, and I'll probably say Zidel. Basically, anyone that's spent any kind of time in a drinking establishment is in no doubt. The man in black is here to fight.
Who's that gadge?
Somebody not worth bothering with.
And anybody else going to do anything?
I'm happy leaving them to it.
Joseph says, "Never mind that. Come on, there's wine on the table."
Yes, Gargan. How did it go? Shopping. I see you.
I have got you a lovely new Warhammer. Unfortunately, breastplates were a little bit out of the price bracket.
Yeah, I thought there would be. I wasn't sure how well the other items were going to sell.
Are you now
I was able
producing
to
the
flog-
Warhammer and thudding it on the table?
Was able to flog a couple of them. No takers on what was the item that?
Crossbow.
No takers on the crossbow. Oh, can you put that in my inventory, please?
Well, no, I'm presuming you're going to hand it back to him now.
Oh yeah, I can hand that back to you. We can try and flog it in the Schaffenfest.
Yeah.
Are you handing the Warhammer over now?
Yes.
Over now? Okay, in which case I'll take it from you and put it on you. Kabunk. There you go.
Was there any coin left over?
Well, I was thinking of we can put that towards seeing if we get any better luck finding a breastplate at the Schaffenfest. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of armourers down there.
Yeah, that's fine. How much coin is left over?
I think we got about thereabouts gold crown.
Okay.
Right. So what's the plans once we get to the Schaffenfest?
Well, we can see if we get any kind of jobs down there, but there's also this Bogan having that was where that letter you got was that letter that we've got was heading us down.
That's right.
So it might be worth looking into that as well.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, at this point, there are 6 figures enter the bar. 4 are blatantly bodyguards, of which 2 of them hang around by the exits, one here by the main entrance and one by the side door, and the other 2 accompany 2 younger gentlemen who are quite blatantly nobles. Sorry, can you hear me there?
Yeah.
And as they approach the bar, and they come in, and their entire demeanour and accent is completely different to anyone that you've encountered so far in Altdorf. If everyone was a Cockney wide boy that you've been encountering so far, for the working class, these guys are definitely a cut above, or at least I think they are. I say, chaps, what a quaint establishment! And they swaggered over to the bar. 2 of your finest beverages, landlord. 2 nobles are blatantly already drunk and giggling like children at the at the comments that they pass back and forth between themselves about the inn, its patrons and commoners. Look at these filthy commoners! Smelly little oinks. No, keep the change, landlord, it's fine. No. Oh, you're not the landlord? Oh, well, please, sorry, pass my compliments on to the landlord. It's a lovely, quaint little establishment he's got here, isn't it? Bit smelly, but, we are here to sample such delights.
What a set of little shits.
I think the gaunt man's going to have a new target.
I say, Jacob, I think that man just insulted you. He pointed towards towards you, Zidle. And don't be silly, George. Don't be silly at all, George. You won't insult me. You can see it. A man of his demeanour. Surely he's sensible enough to not want to insult a member of the noble house. Don't be silly. Bar wench, bring forth that brandy at once. So it's evident that they are called Jorg and Jacob. Who just made a comment about the tall gentleman?
Me.
Okay, make me an average intuition test, please.
Intuition. Is that
It's a skill.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if I can find it. Ah, there we go. Average.
Correct.
Da-da-da-da-da. I'm flunking it.
No, but okay. You know that thing that some people do when you make eye contact and they just do that little like upwards nod as if to say, "Yeah, I've recognised you."
Yeah.
Max has done that to the bodyguards and has done it in return.
Is Max the tall, gaunt guy?
Yes. Sorry, I should have said that when they came in. There's some hush voice. It's Max.
Oh.
So yeah, it's quite evident that Max knows the bodyguards. He's watching them closely as he's swigging his brandy. They get a bit rowdy now.
Yeah, what's the merchant guy doing? that's with us.
Thanks. Joseph, yeah, he's drinking his wine.
Yeah.
I'm content to just let them be as they are. If they,
Yeah.
don't know if
Say,
these guys.
Jacob, shall we play a game of a brandy bounce? Oh, what in this establishment, George? Oh, yeah, oh, definitely.
They've come over now to the table at the side of you. With 2 bodyguards. Some of the Docklanders are a bit uncomfortable with this, but they make room. So you see that you've not twigged as to which one's which yet, but you clearly one's Jacob, but the other one's George. And yeah, they're playing a game of brandy bounce, which involves gulping down pints of brandy. So Jacob had just downed an entire pint of brandy and immediately turned round and hurled it all over Cargan. A full pint of brandy just regurgitated all over yourself. It's all over your head, your face, and your beard. What do you do, Tom?
That was a good one, George. Look at him.
I turn to one of the bodyguards and say, "Have you got a cloth I can clean myself off with?"
To which point, he looks down, looks up at you, shakes his head without saying anything, and the barmaid comes over, presents you with a cloth.
Your turn, George.
Before this George does anything, I'm actually gonna say I do apologise, but I appreciate you don't think much of us. However, how would you like if we would puke all over you? I think at least a drink from you for this lad would be in order.
At which point, Joseph is sat next to you. He puts his hand on your forearm and says, you can see him just hushily saying and like speaking really under his breath and shaking his head like, "Don't get involved. Don't get involved."
No, I think she's talking to you, George. What? Sorry, I don't speak commoner. Anyway, bring me that brandy. It's my turn.
Sure enough, George
How much is a pint of brandy, please?
gulps an entire pint of brandy and then regurgitates it over one of the Dockland drinkers who's on the same table. Immediately, like taking a step back and push his stool back and brushing vomit off him. It's awful. A pint of brandy would be 4 shillings.
I want to get involved in this game. Do you?
There's a scraping of wood on wood as Max stands up. Comes over to your table. And in a dry, rasping voice, he says to you, "I wouldn't if I were you, pea-brains. Why don't you just sit there and enjoy yourself?" The whole inn goes quiet as everyone waits for you to reply. The nobles have instantly taken a step back behind the bodyguards, giggling and enjoying their little merry jape. What do you do, Will?
Any particular reason why they're not playing this brandy bounce with you?
Why don't you country bumpkins Wash the swill off before you enter a civilized city. Sit here and enjoy your drinks. Or leave.
Since when is it acceptable to vomit all over somebody in a civilized city and at least not offer them a pint as a sorry?
You can see George and Jacob now nudging each other and giggling, pointing at what the commotion that they've caused. And the bodyguards obviously just stood there glowering. Max says, "Hey, look, I've warned you." And then goes to sit back down again. And as he sits down, picks his brandy up, he's just staring at you.
I say to the rest of the group, look, they may have caused some mess on me, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's just
Retire to the boat.
But he's gone.
Shall we just retire to the boat now?
I say, Jacob,
Okay.
this establishment's gotten a little bit less appealing all of a sudden. Shall we leave? Yeah, I think we should, George. Yes. Come on, guards, follow us. We're leaving now onto another establishment.
Oh, maybe we don't have to.
As they leave, I go and, after I've finished cleaning myself up with a rag, I actually go and help clean up the floor.
And literally, like a minute after they've gone, Max leaves as well. And as he does so, he stops just before he leaves, and he stares at you directly in your face, Goethe, straight in your eyes. Doesn't say anything, just a stare as if to say, "I know you. I've clocked you."
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
See you later. Best run along to your employers.
Rex.
Did you want to leave as well, or now
Don't
they've
need
gone,
to
you
now.
want to stay for a bit longer?
I'm supposed to stay a bit longer while everybody's...
Yeah, give it 15 minutes. Let the silly bastards get elsewhere.
Okay, can you each make me a gossip test then, please? Just an average gossip test. So, 1, 2 successes amongst you. Okay. So, other gossip picked up in the bar is that a holy white wolf of Ulrich was spotted in the Drakwold forest not far from Delbert's. Priests of Ulrich are in the area looking for it.
Mm.
And the second is that Colonel Sivers of the Imperial Ostlanders has returned from the Border Princes. The Greenskins have been defeated. It's a great victory for the Emperor.
That is good news. The greenskins are almost as loathsome as mutants.
but more plentiful.
Far more loathsome.
Says the dwarf.
Except for that Skarsnik guy, he's a good lad.
Okay. You're all approaching your bottom of your individual bottles of wine, feeling certain merriment in doing so. It's just gone midnight. Joseph suggests that you retire.
Very well, lead the way, Joseph.
Okay, so he leads you to his barge. It may be gone midnight, but on the Street of 100 Taverns, it's still very, very busy. As I mentioned to you previously, there's certain establishments of ill repute as well. So, different clientele, but people are still around. A lot of the vendors have packed up and gone home, but there are still some out and around. Usually selling, a lot of them are selling food at this time. Everyone likes a nice kebab after getting pissed, don't they?
Yeah, rat on a
Absolutely.
stick.
Exactly.
A rat kebab.
Does anybody happen to have the Sixth Sense talent?
Mm,
Nope.
no.
In which case then,
Surprise.
one of you
Max has been fucking...
can make me an easy perception test.
My perception's 38. What's everybody else's?
well, it won't be me.
In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll do it as you, Wal, because you're, being a man of the cloth, are likely to have drunk the least.
Yeah. And also have the lowest perception, yeah? What did you say, an easy?
Easy, so it's plus 40.
Easy.
Margin of success, yes. It is quite evident to you that you can hear the sound of footsteps following you. And as you've ducked down a little side alley in order to get onto the waterfront, you can hear that there's some footsteps following you as well. Seems to be 2 people following you.
Somebody want to look behind and see who's following us? A bit... not obvious.
I will, as I walk, I will pretend to drop my doll clumsily so that I can turn around and sort of...
Right, I'm with you. So the rest of the group are continuing walking. You've dropped your doll, so you're a little bit further behind to pick it up. So you get to look behind you as you pick it up and move on. Okay. Firstly, then you can see that there's 2 people following you, and you recognise the 2 people as being the 2 people from this evening, who were doing the whole scratchy ear, scratchy nose signal to you.
Oh, I didn't see them.
Yeah.
Now those in turn seem to be followed by another gentleman.
And do we know that gentleman?
Nope. You can't see, it's too far away. It is
Okay.
dark as well.
Well, I am going to catch up with the party and relay the information to them. That it's the 2 dodgy-looking people that greeted us when we just arrived here.
So those 2 that we met before, they seem to be following us. We want to kind of hide and wait and confront them, or shall we try and lose them? Something weird about those 2.
There is. They think I'm someone else. If we get found out, it could cause some unwanted complications. Shall we try and lose them?
Yeah.
How about you head over with Joseph and the rest of us wait, because they seem to know. They seem to think they know you, but they might be distracted by the rest of us.
As you're having this conversation, you turn around and you can see that they are quickening the pace somewhat to get towards you a bit quicker. You're rapidly approaching the dock. So if you're going to lie in wait, now's the time to do it as you go around the corner.
I'll find a spot to kind of hide behind the corner and lie in wait.
Okay.
Maybe
So
if they get past us, we can pincer them.
Zeidel and Joseph going to continue straight on towards the beer belly then?
Well,
Is that the plan?
I'm going to carry on walking towards the beer belly, and I'm
Yeah.
prepping, obviously, with the. Got to carry the two-handed warhammer in at least one of my hands anyway, aren't I? So.
Zeidel and Gutter and Joseph, you guys don't see this because you're continuing towards the beer belly. Toby, who's obviously not here at the moment, and Cargun and Kazarea, as you're in hiding watching, you can see just as the two guys who are following you are about to leave the alleyway that you're in and enter the dock front. Just as they're about to do so, one of the men suddenly falls on to the floor face first as a crossbow bolt slammed into the back of him. And as the other turns to face the assailant, another bolt thuds into his throat. And as you look round, you can see the figure. You can see the third figure that was following them has turned and fled.
Hmm.
No other witnesses about. We're the only ones who've seen.
Correct.
Right, I think this requires a bit of investigating. Alright, nod to the others with me and say, let's go figure out if we can find out who these guys are.
Well, I can't hear, can I? Because I'm buggered off.
Exactly. So it's only Yava who's able to hear you there, because obviously Taube's not.
Yeah, Kazaraya, what do you think? Shall
Yeah.
do you want to have a rummage round their bodies, see if you can find anything, and I'll keep watch, see if this other guy makes an appearance again?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Yeva inserting body shocker in an RPG. Okay.
He loves a good rummage.
Oh.
This is better than normal because she hasn't had to risk any danger to her own life. Somebody else.
This one's effectively got permission.
Yeah.
Someone else has done the risk of rolling the dice and getting the critical
So
failure.
I'm just going. Oh no! What happened there with you, sir? Just push them a bit to check that if they're moving or not, and if not, I'm just gonna touch all their pockets and belongings.
Fat hands.
They are definitely dead. So one's got a crossbow bolt slammed in his back, the other one's straight through his throat.
Okay, yeah. What do they have on them?
Between them, they've got 2 daggers,
Yeah,
3 shillings and 19 pence.
3 shillings and 19 pence. Yeah, I'm definitely having those.
Would you like the daggers as well?
Yeah.
Does one of them have a breastplate?
So there was only the 2 shots fired. We didn't hear any other whooshing of the bolt. So this guy's quite a marksman.
Is there any distinguishing marks on the daggers?
You're not there.
Yeah.
Is there any distinguishing marks of the daggers? The thought just came to me.
Yeah, well, once I've relieved them, is there nothing else? Like I check all the pockets, no letters, no notes.
So are you going proper thorough?
I'm gonna try to be as thorough as I can.
Okay, you might need to hold your nose. Personal hygiene of both cultists leaves a great deal to be desired.
Alright, so is there any markings on them?
Yes. Both
Okay.
of them, on their right breast, bear a tattoo depicting a purple hand.
Oh, at least it's not a pawnbroker's symbol.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna... Anything else?
Nope.
Of notice?
Nope.
Nothing? No? Right.
Other than the fact that they fucking reek.
Okay. I'm gonna return to Cargan and I'm gonna go and say, well, they smell worse than you when you were covered in that puke.
I still need to finish washing myself off of that.
Yeah, believe me, you smell like daisies in comparison to them. I'll show him the daggers. I had these on them, and they bear
Pretty common looking daggers to me.
yeah, and they bear a weird mark,
Although-
like weird purple hand tattoos on their chest.
Okay, well, if they've got daggers and they're following us, I'm kind of glad that somebody got rid of them. I mean, maybe unless they, I don't know, maybe they were wanting to give us information, but no, I think it's more likely that they were after us. Right, let's catch up with the others.
Yeah,
But
I think that's a good one.
leave them as they lie in the street, in the alleyway.
Okay. So yeah, sure enough, you're here on the Beer Belly, which is a standard sailed Reich barge of a type that's common across the Empire. The Beer Belly is home to Joseph Crew, Volmar and Gilda, who are both boat hands, and their baby daughter Elsa. Volmar and Gilda have worked for Joseph for 2 years and get along very well with him. They're extremely loyal to the barge master, who's fished them out of the river after their boat sank, and are friendly towards any friends of his. Welcome!
Good day to you.
Hello.
Good evening. Morning. Night.
Yes, please be respectful of baby Elsa. She's asleep. We are going to sleep as well now. But yes, good evening. Welcome on board to the Beer Belly. And as my husband says, any friend of Joseph is a friend of ours. And yes, good night.
Before
Okay.
you go, could you
Yes?
point us to where we can sleep and stow our equipment?
And a barrel of water for me to wash myself off with.
By all means, yes. And sure enough, Gilda says, yes, sir, follow me. And with that, you are taken down to the cabin interior. So, this here is the main interior bit, which is where you will be staying here. Joseph, this is his quarters here. Obviously it's his barge, he gets a room to himself. And then you've got Volmar and Gilda. This is their room down here where baby Elsa's currently asleep. And in doing so, they've gone in there. But yes, this area here is the room where you can sleep. There's beds, bedding being put up. There's a table here in the this corner, but there's also been some sacks and stuff put on the floor, as well as some bedding. And it's not going to be the most glamorous night's sleep. It is indeed roughing it on the floor. There's no additional beds, purpose-made beds, but it's certainly going to be comfortable than roughing it out and about.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's free.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
Okay. So besides getting a wesh, anybody want to do anything else before you get some shut eye?
No, I'm
I'm
happy.
worried about that guy with the crossbow. Is it worth setting up a watch? What do we reckon?
Well, you are moored up on the dockland, of which the town watch is constantly patrolling.
Yeah, but we've just walked onto this ship. What's stopping this guy?
Well, you've walked on there with the owner of the ship,
Yeah.
so they're aware of that. But yeah. Bear in mind, the attack did take place in a side alley.
Yeah, off the dock.
No, and
Exactly. Opposed to the brightly lit
I take
dock.
this moment to tell the others about it. About what we saw.
And I add a note that obviously, with they had the weird tattoos, matching tattoos of the hand. And if there is any like paper or something, that sort of thing, because I do actually have artistic talent, so I will sort of draw, if there is an opportunity to draw somewhere how the tattoo looked.
Filthy cultists. Can I see the daggers?
Yes, I'll put the daggers on the table.
Can I examine them to see if there's anything weird about them?
Doesn't appear to be.
They're just ordinary common garden daggers, no dodgy markings or anything on them.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to unload and burden myself of the the crossbow and the sword and my one-handed warhammer.
Okay, what do you want to do with them?
I'll just put them. Is there a box or something here? An empty box?
Yeah, you can put them on the table.
Yeah, that'll do for now. Just so I'm not encumbered by them.
I'll just settle down, ready for a good night's kip.
Yep, same for me.
Okay. So yes, the following morning, when you wake up, Dan, you may have already noticed this. In character, obviously, Zydel won't notice it. Everybody else, it's evident to you that Zydel's hair has changed colour.
Yeah, I was just thinking, why has my portrait changed?
It's silver.
How bizarre.
Like
The mutant.
completely silver. Not like a few strands, a whole hair.
I know you humans age quickly, but that seems even odd to me.
What the hell?
Anything else about him to say?
What's going on?
Everybody except Kazarea, I'd like you please to make me a perception test, please, based on sight.
Challenging, yeah.
Average. Kazare, where are you? Need one for you as well, Idle.
Oh, me?
Oh, is this is it the difficulty because it's dark? Because I've got night vision.
Nope.
Okay.
What is it? What is it? Perception?
Yep, just an average perception test. This is the following morning, so it's not dark.
Oh, I see. It just popped up with my night vision talent in the perception test itself.
Yes, Zydel, you're the only one to notice, or the first one to notice that whilst you're not quite sure, but you think you're pretty certain, but you don't want to mention it because you're not quite sure. But you're pretty sure the last 2 days, Kazarea's cloak has been like a turquoisey blue sort of colour, but this morning it's red.
Your clothes are red.
Oh, thank you. I was waiting for it. Richard. You've also all come to the conclusion that the boat is moving. By the way.
Something very strange is going on.
I am going to approach Zydel and obviously, look at his hair, white hair and everything. And can I just like pull one of his hairs out and just sort of inspect it?
Dan, do you want to make a reaction to this?
Ow!
Curious. And I'm just gonna keep looking at the hair and
keep looking or plucking at the hair.
Well, I'm gonna pluck a hair if I can.
Yeah,
just obviously just sort
of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of inspect it and everything, and then when no one's looking, just really sort of pocket it.
Okay. I'm going to head out and see if I can find Joseph.
And I'm gonna add a miscellaneous item.
You'll be making a voodoo doll from that.
How can I add a miscellaneous item? Zydel's hair.
So Cargan's headed up onto the main deck. Anybody else following him, or else staying here?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Should I tell Casseret that suddenly a cloak is red?
That's up to you, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell her. I'll just whisper it to her. Casseret, why is your cloak now red? Last night it was blue.
And at this point, I'm just gonna look at my cloak and go, what? And just start looking at it. How the? What the? Eh? Well, I suppose at least it's just my clothes and not my actual hair. And sort of point this blade, point it back towards Zydel. But obviously it's not just my clothes that are changing colour.
Which point Volmar overhears this conversation and says, yes, and points to you, Zydel. Your hair was silver last night. Did you not notice?
No.
No. But young lady, your clothes were definitely a different colour. Strange happenings in Altdorf recently.
Would we noticed his hair last night?
You're trying to rack your brains, and you're not sure. It was dark, and there's plenty of other distractions. You're not quite sure.
There's this gadge.
Volmar's one of the two staff that's on the boat.
Right.
I want to head over to Joseph and ask him, did I sleep in, or have we left a bit earlier than normal?
Oh, we've left a little earlier than normal. Come. I'll explain. Bring your friends up here whilst I continue to.
Oh, guys, over here.
How the fuck do we get down here?
By me doing that. There you go. So it seems after leaving the boatman inn, it seems that the two young nobles continue their slumming, upsetting more people until at last a vicious fight broke out in the Black Bull, one of the dockside's roughest dives. One of the nobles was killed, and their bodyguards fled. This morning the riverfront was absolutely buzzing with the news, and word passed to me that the watch are looking for you guys, who were seen to run afoul of the nobles in the boatman inn earlier in the evening. So I figured it best just to get out while we could.
But we were uncharacteristically restrained. It's nothing to do with us.
And now we have seemingly fled the scene of the crime.
Well,
What could possibly go wrong?
Has anybody got law or law Reichland or law Altdorf?
Yeah.
Make me an easy test then, based on that, please.
I've got Law Reichland, yeah.
Yep, you can make me an easy test as well then.
Oh, he's done smashed anyway. Whereas I haven't.
Okay, Dan, you know that someone seems to think that that you guys followed their tormentors and exacted a violent revenge, and given the status of the deceased, justice seems a distant prospect.
It's just
So
basically
you know
against dwarves. Just because
Yes.
they threw up on me, they think I take revenge. They think I hold grudges.
Not only that, it's the social standing. It's the fact that these guys are nobles and you guys are commoners.
Oh, well, good job they won't be able to recognise me now with my new silver locks.
Hopefully, by the time we're back in Altdorf, they'll have actually found the real killer, and or they've forgotten about us.
well,
So they
because if you had the silver locks already yesterday, then they might be looking for somebody with silver locks.
So the beer belly's been freed from its mourning, obviously, and guided into the Kaiserreich, which is the largest channel of water passing through Altdorf. And he calls out orders to his couple of you, but mainly the Volmar and his wife, with a bit of a grin. It's quite evident that he loves his boat, and he loves the whole idea of sailing. Ropes taut and sails fill, and the barge is soon cutting through the waters, heading downstream. In less than an hour, the beer belly is sailing into the Reichsport, Altdorf's massive natural harbour that lies outside the city walls. There, the majority of the capital's docklands and shipyards can be found. And it's quite an impressive sight that warships of the Imperial First Fleet are anchored everywhere. Pennants flying, cannons bristling on every deck. Many of the ships, which come in all sizes, have never seen the sea. The city of Marienburg, at the mouth of the River Reich, many hundreds of miles downstream, charges extortionate taxes for any warships passing through. so the Empire's fleet only rarely leaves the Reich. And Joseph's telling you all this as he's sailing down, and it's evident that he's said this spiel many times to passengers and stuff, but you can see he's enjoying explaining it to you all. Pretty jovial smile as he's drinking wine at the tiller. And he points at the truly enormous great ship, the Emperor Wilhelm III, said to have a crew of over 1,000, and claims it has never left the Reichsport in its 70 years of service.
Very impressive.
What
Also, then starts pointing and identifying several prison hulks, and happily states that they are ruled by the river criminals they are supposed to incarcerate. Once beyond the Imperial Navy's finest, Joseph steers the beer belly southwards, heading for the Weißbruck Canal. So it's this red dot here, look.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So the trip to Bergenhaven involves travelling the full length of the Weißbruck Canal from outside Altdorf to Weißbruck, where it joins the river Bergen. Joseph guides the barge into the Great Lock at the entrance of the canal by the quiet village of Lethov on the very edge of the Altdorf Flats, which is here. Here the toll of 2 gold crowns is paid, and the barge passes through to the canal itself. And again, he's regaling you with stories as you're sailing down the canal. The 60-mile Weißbruck Canal was completed in 2462 IC to carry coal and iron from the mines at Delfgrube directly to Altdorf, avoiding the heavy tolls in Karrenberg. Originally designed to accommodate narrow barges towed by horses, the owners have since opened the canal to barges of all kinds to increase toll revenues. However, as the canal is only 25 feet wide at its narrowest point, and given the average right barge is some 23 foot wide, the canal is far too thin for 2 larger barges to pass side by side. To remedy this, an expensive refit began 20 years ago to widen the canal to at least 50 feet in key sections to provide passing places. It was already this wide by the berthing points and locks, but they were too infrequent to ensure jams were not a daily occurrence. Today, all the original berthing points have inns adjacent, which are broadly similar in layout to the Coach and Horses Inn. House Gruber of Weißbruck manages the canal on behalf of the 3 noble houses who owns it in equal parts: Gruber, Holzkrug and Holzwig-Schleichstein. There is an 18-shilling toll per barge to enter the canal, or 2 gold crowns for barges over 12 feet wide, collected at either the Reichsport or the Weißbruck end, and that's what you saw Joseph pay this morning. There are no further toll points along the canal itself. All House Gruber narrowboats use the canal for free, and they are a frequent sight along its length, pulled by horses and guarded by road wardens from the Weißbruck State Army. So it's now round about 10 a.m. and you are firmly on the Weißbruck Canal. When you can see that there is the road running alongside the canal, a group of road wardens that's blatantly following your barge, following them along the towpath from Altdorf. The wardens are riding towards the second lock house beside the village of Hartsklein to check out something. So they've ridden up to the lock, which is here, just as you guys are approaching it. So they've seen you, and they're blatantly looking at your barge as they, and taking notes about it and things like that, and discussing you and the barge as if they've ridden on past. And they're stopped at the lock.
I want to make some efforts to as they're kind of inspecting us to gather us lot and work on the other side of the barge so they can't see us in case they recognise us as the wanted group from out off.
Yep. Okay. So the other side. So you're the other side of the towpath. From the towpath rather. Fair enough. Do you want to do anything as you approach the lock?
Keep my head down.
Okay.
I will do the same. Only I'm going to keep my head down. Below deck.
Alright. Okay. You can each make me an easy gossip test, please, if anybody wants to engage in conversation. If you don't, then you can just hang fire and see what happens.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm currently AFK. I can hear the dice rolling, but I can't see the result.
3 successes.
Okay. So, in that case, you can quite swiftly gather that the road wardens in question are checking out a report of bandits being in this area.
Mm. Okay, that's interesting to know. So they're not looking for us.
At which point, the sergeant notices you, doing a little bit of earwigging. Seems to be in a fine mood, and steps foot on the barge. And excuse me, and clearly addressing you, Zidle.
Yes?
Is this your barge?
No, sir. It is not. I merely work here.
To which Joseph puts his bottle of wine down and trots over. No, sir, that'll be mine. Oh. Just be warned, old chap. There's reports of bandits out and about at the moment.
Thank you for the warning.
Yes, there's been reports that a young noble and 2 artisans were both killed last night in Aldorf, down by the river.
How terrible.
Yes, just be mindful.
We will. Any news on where these bandits might be operating?
No, just be careful.
Very well. Thank you for the warning.
With that, he leaps off and jumps back on his horse. The remaining journey down the Weisbrook Canal is slow going. The beer belly is far too wide to allow barges going in the other direction to pass freely, so stops are frequent to allow narrow boats, right barges and more to pass. Not one of the encountered barge masters seems happy to see the beer belly. Get off your fat barge! Get your fat barge off the Weisbrook! You're too big! Go home! Joseph doesn't seem to care. He smiles, waves, takes a heavy slug of wine and wishes all passers the blessings of Bergenauer.
Okay. You really like your job, don't you, Joseph?
By Bergenauer I do, yes.
It is quite relaxing.
Bergenauer, that's a word I've seen you said before. I can't remember what it is though.
Bergenauer? Oh, he's the god of the River Bergen. Best to keep him happy in these parts. Chuck a vegetable in the canal, that's what you should do. You have one, right?
Yep, and I will do.
picking up a turnip and lobbing it overboard.
Best thing to do with turnips, a devil's vegetable.
And then it starts to rain again. And rather heavily.
Bugger.
In these conditions, the canal journey takes almost 3 days. Fortunately, beside all the grumbling barges, Kirsty and Joseph and its huge barge, it's an uneventful trip. At night, the beer belly is tied up near to one of the lockside inns, and the adventurers can relax by a warm fire as they have a drink and sample the local fare. I'll possibly hear another rumour or two. Don't hear a couple more rumours during the couple of nights camping.
Oh, yes.
Before we head on to Weisbrook.
I always like to hear some rumours.
Are you making a note of all these rumours?
Me?
Yeah, you. You're the one that's saving them all.
No, we're all hearing them.
No, you're hearing him.
Someone needs to be making a note.
Go on.
Now then. Wall and Yever, and Rich if he was here, this might strike a chord. The Countess of Null's niece has a wizard murder. Had a wizard murder a love rival at Black Powder Week a few weeks ago. Black Powder Week, start again. The Countess of Null's niece had a wizard murder a love rival at a Black Powder Week party a few weeks ago. But that's typical for Null and I here.
Who did she have murdered?
A love rival. Can you remember?
The Four Feathers.
Yeah, Rough Night and Hard Days. Grabbing Maria Ulrich. The River Bergen is plagued by mutants. 3 barges were sunk on the stretch from Castle Grauberg in the last month. The Graf needs to invest more in river wardens. And what you've heard repeatedly over the last 3 days, everyone's talking about the fact that the Emperor has issued a new edict declaring that there are no mutants in the Empire. The practice of exiling or slaughtering those unfortunate enough to carry some sort of physical deformity purely because of their appearance is henceforth illegal and punishable by death.
Yeah,
Well, that's...
him himself.
Yes. That's, goes against
That's one way to
everything.
get rid of mutants, just declare their own, Teddy.
Yes. He's instantly, immediately cleared up the mutant problem, because now there is no mutants.
I seem to think... I think I've heard a rumor of my own that the Emperor's got a middle name of Donald.
Well, I think there's another rumour that the Emperor is being taken over and replaced, or somehow being cajoled.
Yes, it doesn't make sense at all.
Also, remember how his how Deathclaw went ballistic because the Emperor hadn't been to see him for months.
Yes.
Because I do believe that the Griffin would be able to detect that that is not the Emperor.
Quite possibly.
Oh, juicy rumours! The mill is stirring.
Yes, let's start the rumour that the Emperor is no longer himself.
Yes.
That's going to go down well. So, Weisbrook. Weisbruck is a swiftly growing town on the River Bergen. It is ruled by the recently ennobled House Gruber, a family that may be rich because of its deep mines in the Skag Hills, but has little in the way of status. Less than a century ago, Weisbruck was just another small farming and fishing village, but with the opening of the nearby mines and the construction of the canal, it has expanded rapidly. It is now a bustling merchant town, and the sound of construction rings everywhere as new buildings expand the outskirts to all sides. Warehouses line the canal and riverbanks, storing coal and iron from one of the nearby mines, wool and wine from Bergenhafen, and all manner of goods from Altdorf, Karaberg and the Vorbergland canals. Now, since the beer belly toll was paid at the Altdorf side, the barge is waved through the final lock by the lock keepers and turns upstream on the River Bergen. There's a number of barges tied alongside the wharf, and shipping can be seen moving up and down the river. Several inns look out onto the river and the canal. It's early evening by the time you've arrived, and as you prepare to tie up the barge, you can't help but notice a shadowy, travel-stained character standing in the doorway of the Black Gold, a nearby inn.
So what was that? There's a shadowy
character just stood in the doorway of the Black Gold, which is a nearby inn. You can all make me an average perception test, please. Excuse me. So, Gutter has failed, Zeidel has passed, Zeidel has definitely passed.
Why have I failed?
Sorry, hang on. No,
sorry, you've
sorry, it's
scrolled
not
up.
scrolling down. Yeah, it's not scrolling down. Right, Gutter has passed. Kargan, yeah, you've all passed. Brilliant. You all recognise this stocky gentleman as being the same stocky gentleman who you saw in the Königsplatz in Altdorf. You know, the guys who was signalling to you, and then they looked over you and saw a guy behind, and then went to him, and the door closed behind them. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's the same guy.
So we can see from his portrait that he's got a crossbow. Can we see that on his? Can we see a crossbow on his character?
So it's easy to remember that. It's equally obvious that. Yeah. So start again. It'll be easy to remember that the two men who turned up dead on the night before the party left Altdorf, shot by crossbow bolts, and this man clearly has a crossbow slung across his back. It's equally obvious that he is watching the beer belly tie up, but before anyone can approach him, he turns and walks into the inn.
There we do.
Looks like we need to get a drink, guys.
With haste.
To which point, Joseph says he's got 3 recommendations in for drinking establishments in Weisbruck. The Black Gold Inn, the Trumpet Inn, and the Happy Man.
I think
one.
I think we should head to the Black Gold Inn and see if we can find this guy.
Okay.
Yep.
So you all heading into the Black Gold Inn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So the Black Gold Inn in question, it's early evening. It's fairly quiet because it's only just kind of opened. It's only been open about 20 minutes, half an hour. There's not many people in. There's staff preparing tables for people to come in and eat. And there's only a handful of patrons sat down.
Where's Mr. Crossbow Boy?
Sorry, Squire, are you looking for someone?
Pipes up one of the staff. Currently
There was a
drying some tankards behind the bar.
There was a man who just came through, had a crossbow on his back. Do you know who he is?
Oh, dressed in black.
That's the one.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Well, I don't know him, but I do know that he's gone that way, and he points towards the back door. Strange fella, who came in and waltzed straight out.
Okay, let's go for it.
He heading straight out the side door.
Hmm.
Yeah.
More out
Okay.
the back, yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
There's a little urchin on the step by the side door, tugging at your sleeve, Kazarea.
Oh, sorry. I meant, ma'am. Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for the man in black?
We are indeed.
I can tell you where he went, but it'll cost you.
Give him a brass penny.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if you've just exactly right, but not that we can pay much. But yeah, I'll give him a brass penny.
I just heard you in there asking for him, that's all. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
know
give him
anyway.
a brass penny. And listen,
You want the
penny.
trumpet? You want the trumpet in? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Bless you. Bless you.
He goes down to kiss your feet.
Check your purse.
Are you letting him kiss your feet?
No, I don't feel particularly comfortable with that sort of
Okay.
thing. And I said, "There's no need for that. Thank you for the information." I sort of
Okay.
just jump back as he goes in to try and kiss my feet.
Okay. Cross a penny off your sheet then, please.
Yeah, I have already.
Yep.
So we're going to believe him, or we're going to try and go to the trumpet?
Yeah, might as well.
I think we
Well,
should
we
go.
not-
Do we have a better option?
No, let's go for it.
We'll leave Toby on the beer belly then with Joseph as you guys head over to the trumpet inn. Cool. The trumpet inn is considerably larger, and when you head into the trumpet, you can see that there's many patrons here inside. You can see that there's some people who appear to be less savourable characters. You can see there's a group of 3 thuggish-looking oiks in one of the corners. Take immediate notice of you as you enter. It's quite evidence that they're looking at you and then talking about you to each other. Unless anyone happens to have acute hearing or lip-reading talents, you've no idea what's being said.
No.
If anyone happens to have or wants to make a stealth urban test, you might be able to get a bit closer before in order to hear what they're saying.
I don't think so.
I have stealth, but not stealth urban.
Yeah, I have stealth and stealth rural. So
So you can just make a standard stealth test then. It's challenging.
No.
You are quite blatantly spotted, unless you want to fortune that.
No. Yeah.
It's evident that you're getting closer to. You sit on a bar stool, on a bar stool, and then very, very brazenly start just sliding the bar stool closer towards the table. And it's evident to anybody that's observing you what's happening. So the three guys get up and just walk upstairs.
That's weird. I wasn't able to do a stealth test because when I click on it, nothing happens. All the other ones, the pop-up thing comes out, but not for stealth, which is bizarre.
Oh, I think it's because you have to have. Oh, because it's an advanced skill, and you'd not taken any advances in it yet.
Mine still pops up to be able to vote it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Very bizarre.
Ah, well. Either way, even if you had done the fact that you ever done that would have failed anyway.
Okay, can I have a scan around, see if I can see the gudge?
Nope. No. No spotting him here.
Can I inquire to the barkeep, see if he's seen him?
Yep, you can make me a average gossip test. Impressive. No, hang on. Scroll down again. Marginal success, yes, but yeah. So the barkeep says, "Oh, a man in black with a crossbow on his back." Did he say?
That's right.
Yes. He's staying upstairs. I can't tell you which room, obviously, but I can tell you it's not. And he opens his hand up as if to receive a coin from you.
Okay. I'll give him a couple of brass pennies.
He keeps his hand open.
I'll give him a couple more.
He keeps his hand open.
I'll give him 5 brass pennies.
Make a haggle test. And this will be average. To which case he takes the 5 brass pence and he says, "I can't tell you which room."
Can I attempt to intimidate him? I think you can. Okay. I'll say, I think you can tell me.
This will be a challenging intimidation roll then. No, but okay. Oh well, no. I look. It's more than my job's worth. Look, his room's on the right hand side of the corridor. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes. So what can I get you to drink? And he's looking straight away as an excuse to move on to serve someone else.
Okay. Shall we go upstairs? Apparently he's upstairs on the right hand side somewhere.
Well, let's go. Pay the man a visit.
All 4 of you going?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yever?
Yes.
Okay. As you go upstairs, you can see the 3 thugs that were downstairs who you were trying to earwig with. They are just rounding the corner as you go upstairs. So they're out and about. You've seen them. And they're literally at the end of the corridor. They've turned right. They've not seen you, but you've seen them rounding the corner. There are 4 doors on either side of the corridor.
Well, let's go and knock on the first one on the right.
Okay. As you knock, there's no answer from the door. But the 3 guys have now appeared immediately at the other end of the corridor. They've just come back round. It's quite evident that they've heard you knock. One of them hails you. Hey, Silverhair!
Yes.
You looking for someone?
We are.
Who? And they're now reaching you. There's 3 of them are about 15 feet away from you now.
We just would like to have a word with someone we saw earlier.
Anyone we may know?
I don't know. A chap who's handy with a crossbow.
Oh. Stocky man, dressed in black.
That's the fella.
Mm. 3rd door, on your right. We didn't tell you though. And they just walk past you.
Thank you very much.
Glug, 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 glug. Heavy boots trotting down the steps.
Okay. Shall we go to the 3rd door on the right?
I want to keep guard of the corridor, keep an eye out.
Which end? The stair end or the
The stair end in case these guys come back up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll walk up to the 3rd door on the right then.
So, Tom, you're at the stair end of the corridor, and then are you 3 going to the door? Or does
Yeah.
anyone keep an end of the other corridor?
I'll walk past the door to allow somebody else access to it, and I'll just stand over that side.
Over the other side where the other end of the corridor is?
Yeah, but not right up there. 'Cause there's another door, so I'll stand between the 2 doors.
Got you. Leaving Zydel and Kazare next to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
It is a rather hefty oak wooden door. There's 2 black iron hinges on the left hand side of it, and there's a iron door handle. You know the style, it's like a loop which you can turn the loop, and it's like a latch on the inside. And there's a keyhole that feeds in through the loop.
Okay. Kazare, do you want to have a look through the keyhole?
I mean, I can try. I'll try and peek through and see if I can see anything.
Yeah, you can see that there's at least some form of light source inside. The room is lit up. It looks as though either someone is in there or someone has been in there because it's illuminated. You can't quite make out anything else. You can see a bed. Maybe that's a dressing table in the far corner, but you can't quite see.
Okay. Shall we just knock at the door? Give it a nice jaunty knock, not threatening in any way.
Is it like this?
Well, was that just one little knock?
An SBD, mate.
Yeah, I'll knock at the door.
There's no answer. You can make me a perception test though. A average perception test as you knock.
Can I do it as well? With me
No,
being-
you're not. This is a perception based on how Zeidel's knocking and the reaction he
Alright.
gets to knocking on the wood.
Sorry, what kind?
Average. Oh yes, okay. So you know when you knock on a door and you can tell whether it's locked or not.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell for the way you're knocking that it's giving somewhat, as if that it's not locked. It's being
Okay.
held in place by the latch on the other side, but the door itself is not locked.
Okay. Go just open it then.
Yeah.
I'll open the door.
Okay. Make me another perception test, which is hard, please, both of you. This is based on hearing. Seidel succeeded. Just. What about Kazarea?
Target of 18, mate. Just as about all you can do.
What was it? Just challenging.
Hard.
Hard.
Oh. Oblivious.
Okay, so in that case then, Zeidel, do you happen to have the dodge skill? Yes, you do. You can make me a dodge roll, please.
On what difficulty?
Challenging. Oh ho ho! Astounding failure. It's 100. That means you can't even use a fortune point for it. So yeah, so you've opened the door. You've heard a click, and you completely dodged the wrong way. You literally, rather than moving out of the way of the doorway, you've decided instead to go barreling straight through the doorway as a crossbow bolt slams into your chest, causing. Let's have a look. Who had the crossbow bolt? It was Gertie. You had a crossbow, didn't you?
Yeah.
I really fucking hate crossbows, can I just say?
Why?
Because I got fucking shot by him last session as well.
Damage. There we go. So I'm just going to do this as a shot, even though it's not from Goethe. What's the damage on it? Let's have a look. Damage plus 9. So D10 plus 9. 11. Let's see whereabouts it hits you. Yes, that's the body. 44. Yeah, it's a body shot. 11 damage, but you've got a toughness bonus of 4. That takes you down to 7.
And a chain vest.
Yes, which is
Fortunate.
sleeve mail shirt, 2 armor points. So that takes you down to 5 wounds. So bump. Yes. 5 wounds. It's not hurt you so much. Obviously, it's stuck literally in your one of your links in your chain vest that you've recently acquired. If you'd not be wearing that, it'd be a different story altogether, Zidle. Click! Boom, shoo. You don't see where it's come from, but it's shot straight at you. It's direct, boom, straight towards your heart. And it's been caught in one of the chain links of your mail shirt.
How rude.
We just wanted to talk.
As you react to this now, you've thrown yourself up against the doorway and presumably have taken cover behind it. Kazare, you can see into the room now. There is a bed that looks like it's evidently been slept in recently. It's not been made up afterwards. And you can see that you cannot see the floorboards in the room. There are at least half a dozen rugs, and they are intersecting each other. So it's not like a carpet, it's rugs overlapping other rugs all over the floor. Underneath the bed as well. The other side of the bed is a dressing table underneath a window, and on the dressing table is a now empty crossbow. And you can see that there's some kind of rope or pulley mechanism that's been fashioned from the crossbow across the bed to the door, and it's simply by opening the door has pulled the trigger on the crossbow. That's made it fire.
Can I see anyone inside that room?
No, you can't.
Okay.
But you can see that the window is open and the curtains are billowing.
He's gone out the window.
There's some other items on the on the dressing table you can't quite make out from where you stood.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of announce to the rest of the guys. It looks like he's got out the window.
I'll come down to the room then.
Yeah, we're not going to catch him at this point. So, is there anybody else in the room?
No. I'd like to carefully enter the room, and as I'm entering the room, I'd like to push the rugs aside to see if there's anything, if they're covering anything.
Okay, make me a stealth urban check to start with them, please.
Like a
Careful
bear
enter.
trap.
I have only stealth, not open.
Yeah, make a stealth roll then, please. This is
Challenging.
gonna be average.
No.
No. Okay, in which case then it is a hard perception test, please. Remember, you do have fortune points. 99. Are you re-rolling that?
On your fortune points. We're nearly done for. What's an hour?
Hey.
Or so.
How do I do that?
There's a thing there. What's the other one?
Do they come back, your fortune points?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, how do I spend a fortune?
So why couldn't I have re-rolled that dodge roll then?
Because you
you-
rolled 100.
Yeah, that's the most critical failure.
Yeah, is there a button? Oh, okay. Is there a button I could have re-rolled the stealth test? I didn't realise that the fortune points came back.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a. Let's have a look.
Is it?
Right, click that.
I think it's
Right.
the light bulb symbol.
Yeah, and now use a fortune point.
Yeah, I'd like to re-roll the stealth test then. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Brilliant.
Can I do it again?
If it lets you.
No, it doesn't.
So no. So
So you
That's
can
fine.
fortune point the other one though.
yeah, you can fortune point your failed perception though.
Well, I need to. Yeah.
No, but
It's -1 rather than -4. So
Yeah.
in that case, then you've gone in trying to be stealthy and sneaky and carefully, and as you've moved one of the rugs with your hand, rather than stepping on the man trap, you have triggered it on your hand instead. Make me a dodge roll, please.
Ow.
dodge. Yeah.
No, I'm saying ow.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah, are you going to use your last fortune point, or are you going to lose your hand?
Yes, I am going to lose my last fortune point.
Oh, that was nearly 100 as
this
well.
is not your day.
Worse. So
No,
that's
that's
another +5. So
This is very on point for me.
so that is plus.
It's okay. Many people have
plus
lived with only one hand in the Empire.
Yeah, have a hook instead.
18 wounds to your wrist, of which you have no armour, but you've got a toughness bonus of 4. It's 14 wounds. Yeah, it is clamped onto your wrist, but it's not. Somehow, it's pierced the skin, but it's obviously not gone all the way through to the bone. And you let out an ear-piercing shriek as it's launched onto your right wrist. Ah! It's full on there, digging into you, causing excruciating pain. Blood has squirted out. It's fortunately not severed an artery or anything like that. But yeah, you want to get it off and quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to heal it off. As
Okay, I'll try and open the man trap on her
You
hand.
want a strength test, please?
Oh God.
Zydel's at the side of you can help though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try and reset this.
So this is gonna go from a challenging to an average because it's one step in your favour because you've got some assistance.
Yes.
Yes, but. So you manage to take it off, but as you do so, it causes an extra wound to Kazarea. Taking it out for one wound. Ah, fuck! Pulled a bit of skin off as you're taking it off.
Can I suggest, instead of trying to carefully remove the rugs, you just grab the rug from the edge and flip it up and out. Meanwhile, I'll have
Like this.
Meanwhile, I'll
I don't think I'm
Try and
doing any
bandage.
more rolls tonight.
I'll try and bandage her arm.
No, I'm bandaging it in the bloody red cloak that I have on, like a corner of it.
Well, I'll do that then for you.
And as you demonstrating how to do the rug, by flicking it up, you unearth and discover another man trap, which is set between the foot of the bed and the wall.
Okay.
So if you was to walk around the edge, you may have set it off.
Yeah. Well, so I'll flip them about, but then I'll attempt to first aid her arm.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you say there's some bits and pieces on the desk?
Yes.
Does someone want to have a look at those over there then while I'm doing this?
Okay, I'll take a look.
which route you taking to get to the
The one without the traps.
So you'd have to go over the bed then.
Okay. No, in fact, I'm not going to be climbing on the fucking bed unless I can whip off the covers with the tip of my sword.
Yep. Okay. As you do so, you see a snake, a live snake, on the bedsheet.
Okay.
Doesn't like being disturbed.
Gonna strike the snake.
Yeah.
I'll chop its head off.
Make me your melee basic test, please.
Grab the snake and chuck it into the man trap. Use it as a whip.
So if you click on your combat tab,
Yeah, I've got it now.
and then click on
What method?
just roll. Standard challenging.
Challenging.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's a fumble. Your maneuver was misjudged, leaving you out of position, or you lose grip of a ranged weapon. Next round, your action penalty suffers minus. Okay, so yes, as you've gone to prod it with your sword and flip it over onto the man trap, you've just lost grip of your sword. So you've not hit it. You slithered your sword underneath it, and then you've let go of it, and you're leaning into the room, and then it's gone slithering towards you, and you've gone, ugh, and you pulled your hand back, so now your sword is on the bed, and the snake is on top of the sword.
Lovely. Somebody kill that fucking snake.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere near it.
I don't like it.
Tom, you've heard your compatriots behind you mentioning a snake.
What's going on in that room?
You want to step up and have a look?
Everything.
No, I'm really anxious that this is like we've clearly been led here. That the kid might be in on it. Those guys. This feels odd. I'm not taking my eyes off the stairs, and I shout, "Keep your eyes open, everybody!" And I pull out my blunderbuss and point it at the stairs, waiting.
Right. Is the you say there's a man trap at the bottom of the bed that's not been set off?
Correct.
Okay, I will grab one of the rugs that I've flipped up and I will throw it at the man trap.
Okay. You know, to trigger it.
In order to trigger it, yeah.
Yep, okay, that'll work.
Stop. There you go. Leave the snake alone.
But what about Zydel's sword?
I thought you said that he hadn't lost it.
Yeah, he's gone to flip it over, flip the snake over onto the man trap like someone suggested, and as he's done so, the snake's come towards him and he's gone, "Ugh!" And he's literally retreated his hand and left his sword sticking off the edge of the bed.
The sword is the hilt is sticking off the end of the bed.
Yes, but the blade itself is covered by the snake now.
Oh,
The
beautiful.
snake's head is right close to the hilt.
Okay, I'll hit his hilt with my warhammer. With it being a two-handed, it will.
Yep.
I've got
Which
the
direction?
What, down? I'm
Down.
hitting the hilt so that it will knock the hilt down, so the blade will spin up. And if
This
the
is
snake
gonna
still
go
on it, it's
well.
gonna fucking
Yeah.
launch it into the wall.
Yeah, but it's going to be towards you.
Well, no, because I'm going to stand to the side of it.
Right. Okay, got you.
Why am I going to launch a fucking snake at my head?
That's what I thought.
Why am I going to stand in front of a sword and whack it with the intention? Well, with the intention of spinning it up. So even if the snake doesn't hit my head, the tip of the sword would.
I was wondering. Okay, go for it then. Make a weapon skill test. Be challenging again.
Ish.
55. So it's a fail, and because it's a double, it's a fumble. Do you want to fortune that though?
I will do soon as I've got some.
8.
Finally.
5 successes. Yes, in that case then. You hit it in such a manner, you spin it and fling it, and it goes straight out the window. The sword has clattered onto the dressing table. The snake's gone flying straight out of the window.
2 birds, 1 stone. There you go.
Yeah, I'll retrieve my sword.
And now I'll go and look at the stuff on the table.
There's a couple of things of interest. One of them is open bottle of beer. And the other one is a what appears to be some form of writing material. Are you able to read?
Yes.
In which case then you can make out there's just one word on there, which is the beer belly.
That's 2 words.
No, it's.
It
Alright
is
then.
the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
beer belly.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy clearly doesn't want to be found. Let's go back.
Okay.
We're heading back to the Black Gold Inn or the beer belly.
Let's go back to the beer belly.
Yeah.
Wherever I
mean,
can lick my wound.
and me.
As we're heading back, I'm keeping my eye,
before-
trying to be as perceptive as possible to anybody following us, seeing us.
Before we head back, I'm going to check that you said it was a dresser. Was it a dressing table or just a table or a
Yes.
desk or something?
Just
I'll-
over here.
I will check the contents of the dresser.
Just be AFK 1 minute.
Yeah, the only item of interest, let's say, is the bit of paper.
Okay.
And the bottle of beer.
I will take the bit of paper.
Mhm.
I will take the 2 man traps and the
Yeah.
crossbow.
Okay.
And I'll cart it all back.
Okay.
And I will say to Kargan, got some more items for you to sell. It's all going towards breastplate funds.
Can I just duplicate that? Crossbow. Split. There you go.
Well, you can you can just change
yeah.
quantity to 2.
Yeah. I'm just trying to fit. There we are. Yeah.
4. Yeah, there we go. And then 2 man traps, please.
Yeah, I'll need to find those later.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get off now.
Yeah, just bear with me just one moment. I'm going to leave it on a bit of a climax for you, and then it's down to the group whether you want to continue or not. That. In fact, yes, yeah, Dan. If you want to leave for this evening, you can do. Who's your vote for player of the session?
No, I don't know.
I don't. There's not really been a great deal going on, really, has there?
No.
I'm back.
I mean, Yeva's fantastic failures.
I'm not sure that should be celebrated. But
No, I don't know. I mean, Tom, do you have any ideas?
What did I just miss at the last minute?
Just the vote.
Dan's needing to leave it. We can continue for another 20 minutes to finish this chapter off if you want. But I just wanted to get Dan's vote before he leaves.
I'm good either way.
Okay, well, Dan, I've abstained from the vote for now then.
Yeah.
And I'll sort the XP out for you in a moment anyway. So,
All right,
good night,
mate.
Dan.
All right, catch you later, guys.
Cheers.
Take
Good
care. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to just finish this bit off then?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay with you?
Yeah,
guys?
like we'll just head off back to the boat.
Yep. To which point you can see that Gilda and Voldemar are both asleep with Elsa. Joseph's still about and is just doing all his usual nightly checks before turning in himself. Which inn did you get to this evening then? You take any of my recommendations on board?
We just went to find a chap.
You got any medical
it.
supplies on board?
Ooh, that looks like a nasty cut.
I had a bit of a misfortune occur. Yeah. As I said, any medical supplies would be appreciated.
Not really. You'll be okay though once we reach Bergenhafen. I'm sure I can put you in touch with a physician there. Anyway, there's a lovely fire burning in the stove, so you can keep warm here. Warmest room in the in the cabin is this, but I'm going to bed. Good night.
You might want to wait a moment.
Oh, okay.
I found a piece of paper in a guy's room that's been, let's just say he's a bit handy with a crossbow. I'll show him the
Okay.
bit of paper. Got your boat written down for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there any chance that we could cast off a bit early?
Well, no, not really. All moored up now for the night. Everything's all put down.
Right, I'm a bit worried that we're being watched and somebody might be after us. So I think I'm going to see if I can stay up throughout, take one of these stools, sit outside. Be welcome for anybody to join me.
I'm not as hardy as a dwarf, and my eyes, I believe, are not as keen as yours in the night. But
I'd like somebody to be there, even if they can't see, just because I'm a bit scared of crossbows. They can be shot from distances. If I'm on my own, not going to get any warning if I get shot.
You can each please make me a perception test.
Yeah, I'll stay with him.
Challenging.
Yes, challenging.
Come on.
Forget it.
Forget it. And licking my wounds.
Oh, I've passed. Yes, but
Yeah.
actually, we're on. Oh, hey, why is it giving me that deal? I thought you could use fortune points to
Unless you-
increase.
No, that's
the success level by one.
Oh, I think that's probably not something that the game allows you to do, but you could that this engine allows you to do. But it is something that fortune points do, I think.
Yes, you can. You can increase it by a success level.
Then yeah, I will.
Okay. To get one success level.
Yes.
Okay. In which case then, the aforementioned stove seems that it's something not quite right about it, and the room's filling with smoke.
Oh, that's why I've only used one fortune point, haven't I? I've not actually increased it at the start of the set to maximum at the start of the the session. So the stove is kicking out more smoke than it should.
Hmm.
Okay. Cargan. There's a lot of smoke coming off of this.
I bash on the door of Walmart and Gildor to wake them up and warn them of fire.
Where's the stove?
It's here.
Okay, well, I'll have a look at the stove then.
I'll step away from the stove. I don't want to be anywhere near if it goes badly.
Just a second. Make sure I get the right one on. That's the one. Okay. Judge, say you want to knock on the door. Did you say? Get,
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's a baby in there, and I want to make sure the baby's safe, because this is fire.
Yeah. Yes? Oh, what's happened to the stove?
I think we've got some fire. Do you want to help out and your missus can get the baby to safety?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's head up onto deck. Straight away, he's covering his mouth with his cloak.
I'll take my cloak to kind of cover the wife and the baby and help usher them out.
Yeah, Toby comes down and gets a bucket of water and says, "Should we put it out?"
Well, let's have a look what's happening first.
Put it out!
I'll sort that then. You guys go. You guys go onto the deck.
Okay.
Okay, so that is one. Coming up the steps. And then two. And then three. There you go. Yes, there's smoke everywhere.
And there's people there. I'm not keen on the fact that there's people there.
Well, that's the other people, isn't it, that's come out?
No.
Yeah. Are these two not the?
Correct.
Three people. Are two of these people the thugs that we saw
Outside the guy's room.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Kazarea, you're up first. From where you can see the nearest person to you has got a pot in his hand. It appears to have burning oil in.
Oh, fuck.
and we're going to leave it there because the baby's crying.
Yep.
Cool.
Is that because